So the wig pack came bubble wrapped, which I think was very thoughtful. Delivery was very fast. It came in 3 days, which is the longest I can stand, hair getting to me. So inside the pack there was a light colored wig cap, which I won't be using because I use a darker colored one. And then there was also an extra elastic band. I don't know what I'm going to use that for. The wig is an 18-inch 360 lace front wig, and it has a pre-plucked hairline. Like, it's actually pre-plucked, and it's pre-plucked nicely. It's so nicely done. I was very, very impressed with this. And then the inside of the wig cap, the inside of the wig rather, was made with just a comb. There was just a comb there, and it has an elastic band, which is just okay for me. And the cap is 22.5 inches. I also forgot to mention that the density of this hair is 180, and that's pretty okay for me. So what I did was I put this on my wig head, and then I cut off the lace, all around the head. And then I actually made a part, which I didn't want to do a center part or a side part, so I just made the C-type side part. I don't know if that's what it's called. So I cut the lace off, and then I just went into pick out some hair in the front of the wig, and then I reduced the hair just so I can use those as baby hairs. So once I was done with that, I just put bendy rollers in the hair, and I did it because when the wig came, it had a funny smell, so I washed it, and then it lost the waves that came with it, so I had to put bendy rollers in it, and then I went in with a holding spray. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kinyere. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I lay, or how I will lay my frontal wig, and this is going to be very easy. It's not going to be a complicated step because, to be honest, sis don't got that time. Okay, I don't have that time, so we're just going to make it quick. I'm going to make it as easy as possible, and then I'm just going to explain the steps as I go along. So I was sent this wig from Superbwigs, which I've probably shown you guys in the beginning of this video, and the wig didn't need so much, even though I haven't put it on my head since I tried to customize the frontal a bit. So I haven't done anything to it, but when I put it on my head, then we'll know what we're going to do. I will know if I'm going to tweak any other thing, but so far from what I showed you, I just cut off some extra hairs in the front that I'm going to use to make baby hairs, and when I put the wig on, then I'll know if I'm still going to touch a few things on the hair. So one thing I forgot to do when I was fixing up this wig is I forgot to put foundation on the lace. Now I was told that the lace is already bleached and I shouldn't bleach it, but I still feel like it needs to be a little bit warmer for me to be able to wear it. So I'm just going to go in with my foundation. I'm just going to spread it all through the frontal. I'm still going to go in with more foundation because this one is not going to be enough. Also make sure, because with this wig it has a very long parting space, so I also make sure that I covered up all the areas where you can see the lace. So if you look at the lace looks the parting rather looks brown and warm enough for me to wear. So I make sure that I went over that line with my foundation. So I'm just going to put this wig on and see how it looks. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get the hair out of the way and just clip it up here, and I'm going to do the same with the other side. So this is the frontal, and in my opinion it looks really good. Like, I can already tell how it will look when I lay it down, but it looks good in my opinion. So What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to lift it up a bit. I'm going to put just a little bit of Got2b. I haven't used the blasting free spray before, and I guess maybe I have trust issues, but I think I'm just going to go in with this one first, a little bit of this one, because this one is very flaky, comes out flaky most times. So I'm going to just use a little bit of this first of all. So I'm just going to lift this up like this. So I've gone in with that, and I'm going to go in with the blasting free spray now that it has kind of dried a little bit. So try and lay the baby hairs as much as I can as well. So I'm just going to pick out some from the front. So you can use a rat tail comb or you can use a toothbrush. I'm very used to using a toothbrush, so I'm going to use the Gorilla Snatch or the yellow one, and I'm just going to try and work as quickly as I can. So I just pulled out some hair from here, and I'm just going to drag it all the way in like that. So it's like I brush it out and then a swoop, and then I have to put my finger right here so that I can hold it down, so I have that nice curve that you can see. And then if the hairs are long, it's a bit difficult to work with sometimes. So if the baby hair in front is too long, it can be a bit difficult to work with. I think I'm okay with the way this side is looking, so I'm just going to start with the area around my part. So I'm just going to brush, give it a swoop, put my finger down there, and that's it. And remember that it hasn't dried so well, so I have to also try to hold down the lace as I'm doing this. So basically on this side I have just like one swoop, one major swoop, and I'm not mad. I'm still trying to make it as natural as possible. I like baby hairs. If you know, some people know that I like baby hairs. I really like baby hairs. So this is something that I will not miss out on, you know, doing baby hairs. So now I feel like this is the major part, this area here. So I'm just going to pull out hair from there like this. So if you guys saw in the previous video, I really worked on reducing. I cut short the hair in the front, so that's why you can see that the hair in the front is this short. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Gorilla Snot. That was so snotty. So like I said, you brush straight and then you give it a swoop, straight swoop all the way in like that. Straight swoop all the way in, and then there's another one here. This area of my head is going to kind of be covered up, so you won't exactly see all the drama going on, you know. So some part of it is going to be covered, so that's fine. You should be as, you know, as close to your hairline as possible, because the more it comes forward, the more, you know, very unnatural it starts to look. So I'm just going to tie this down for a bit, and then we'll come back. Yes. You guys just look at that. Look at that. Let's just bring this down. Okay, let's take this down because we don't need them. Okay, girl. So I'm going to use a white tooth comb to comb the hair out. Oh, can you guys see this? So what did you say? Wait, were you talking to me? Did you just talk to me? Because you can't talk to me anyhow, okay? You can't talk to me anyhow. You cannot. So you guys, how easy was it to actually lay this hair down without doing too much? Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Can you see that? Can you see that lace though? Can you even tell? I mean, this is like beginner's work, but can you even tell that something is going on there? Can you tell? Okay. So at this point I now feel like why do I even have the part? Because the way it is, I just kind of want to show off the frontal, but you know, with a part like this you can only see the hair, you know, at the sides, and then that's it. So can you guys see that? Okay. Sis with the edges. A babe. So I just want you guys to look at the frontal properly. Like, I'm not even talking about the edges I laid. Just look at the hairline. I didn't pluck this at all. I didn't touch it at all. But look at how nice it looks. Just look at how nice this looks. So yeah, that's it. You guys have seen everything about this hair. The hair is popping. I love it so much. Of course, when it comes to shedding, it shed just a little bit, and I mean, it's still shedding, which I think is almost normal for hair. I love how easy it is. This is like the easiest wig I've gotten when it comes to frontals. Now the thing with a lot of hair companies is many of them will tell you that their hair is, the frontal is pre-plucked and the lace is already bleached and all of that, but in the real sense of it, when you wear the hair, you realize that you just won't understand why the hair is not looking as good as you expect it to look. So when you wear the hair, you won't understand why the hair is not as good as you want it to look. But in the real sense of it, it's really because they don't take enough time to pluck the frontals as much as they should. But with Superbwigs, you guys, I just started learning how to pluck frontals, but for this one I didn't do it. What I said was that when I wear this hair, when I'm ready to wear it, if I have a problem with the frontal, I will try and pluck it myself. But you guys can see how nice this thing is. Look at it. Just look at that, y'all. It's a 22.5 inch cap, which is an average size cap, and then the density is 180%, and it is an 18-inch hair. So this is a pre-plucked hairline body wave human hair 360 lace front wig. So it does have lace at the back of the hair. It has lace round anyway. And then so the cost of this wig is $175, just to let you guys know if you want to buy it. So I decided that after I wear these wigs for at least a month and I play with them, wear them, you know, as often as I can possibly wear them, I would come into the comment section and then I would leave a comment just telling you how the wig has performed so far, and I would pin my comment. So just in case you go through any of my videos, or there's any video you went through that you're planning to buy the wig, I will leave comments under the ones that I've done in a couple of days, just to let you guys know how the wigs have performed. Yeah, because when you do reviews like this, the companies want you to do the reviews, but you know, it's when you wear it over time, you know how exactly the hair performs. Don't forget, of course, if you've not subscribed and you've gotten to the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notifications whenever I post a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.